Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Ben Taylor. I post videos every single week about luxury, tech, and lifestyle, as well as weekly vlogs that take you through my everyday in New York City and upcoming travels. Which led me to think I have a lot of travel coming up and there are a lot of tech and luxury items that I have to bring with me. So I pared that list down and I'm gonna take you through some of my favorites today. They range from shoe bags and packing cubes that I got on Amazon to luxury Dior dop kits. So I'll take you through those and hopefully you find this interesting. And if you do, please give this video a like and a thumbs up and consider subscribing for those weekly videos. All right, let's get into the first item. This first item is the Dior Black CD toiletry kit. This is one of their newer prints that they've brought back. I actually was talking with someone in the store in Soho and they told me this is actually one of their oldest prints, but the oblique was the one that they're known for, and then they recently brought this one back. I really love this dop kit. I know luxury dop kits are a luxury, even for luxury items' sake, because they get toothpaste on them and they sit next to a sink. But if you take care of them, they can be with you for a really long time. I like this one because it has the double zipper opening and inside is just a really big container. You can put everything in here and more for big trips. I mean, even like a 2-week trip, this is really the only dop kit that you need. And if it's shorter and you're not traveling abroad or on a plane, you don't need to bring the travel sizes. For example, if it's in your carry-on, you can just throw in the bigger things in here for shorter trips. So I really find that this is a really great bag for all of my travel needs. And I love the idea of having something that's luxury that I'm gonna take really good care of and that I enjoy traveling with me. It's something that makes me happy. And I think this is just a really handsome looking bag. And if you are in the market for a gift, I think this could be a good gift for somebody too, especially somebody who is a big traveler. Next up is this pouch from Celine. I have never really been a big pouch person. A lot of luxury brands put out pouches like this, but I can easily say that this is one of my most used luxury bags. And for the only reason of when I am on a plane, this is the bag that I put in my backpack or in my carry-on that I'm gonna take out and then keep with me at my seat, and it's gonna have everything I need in it, right? I'll put in extra chargers and batteries and hand sanitizer and a snack and AirPods. Everything goes in here and then this comes out of the bag so that you don't have to rummage through your bag every time you need something. That is literally the only use for this bag, but I travel so much that I use it all the time and I can't imagine using anything else for it. I've had this bag for a couple of years. It's held up really well. It is coated canvas. It's actually my only bag from Celine and I really like the Triomphe design that they have. It's held up really well and it's super durable and it's a bag that honestly I love traveling with. You know when you get to a hotel and you're getting set up, you're getting unpacked and you want to just have things organized, right? You want to have your nightstand organized, but that sometimes is challenging to do when you're not at home. This is an Hermes valet tray and it's beautiful Hermes leather. It has this cool kind of cut through design of the Hermes H. But what's great is that it actually will break down completely flat and it can roll up or just be packed flat like this, but I sometimes will roll it up. I will sometimes just stick it into my bag or my backpack or carry-on, whatever it is. And then when you get to your destination, you can easily just unroll it and then snap it all together. And then you have this beautiful valet tray that can keep your watch when you take it off, jewelry when you take it off, and your wallet, whatever. It just keeps your stuff organized and it's kind of just a no-brainer because I also use this in my apartment next to my bed. So it's not like it's just a travel accessory and it's something that you can have all the time. So I love this. Bottega Veneta makes some of the nicest luxury wallets and they have a lot of muted, beautiful colors. So as opposed to just like flashy, which isn't really Bottega, but I recently got this one in navy. This is the card flap wallet. I like this because it's super slim. It's especially nice for summer, so that's why I'm including this because I have a lot of summer travel coming up. The 6 dedicated card slots. There is no pocket for cash, which for me is okay. I don't really carry cash that often, but if I did need to throw in some bills, I could just tuck them into one of these side pockets. But in general, I think this is just a really handsome looking wallet and one that is gonna come with me everywhere this summer. Loewe hands down makes my favorite accessories and I have multiple bags, including the mini bum bag, the small bum bag. I also have the puzzle messenger, and I'm looking at getting the puzzle tote in raffia because I just think that's such a cool bag for summer, and I love that it collapses flat. This bag is an amazing little bag to bring with you when you travel because it's not that big. You can wear it on the plane if you had to, but it's easily packable as well. And it's just big enough to fit the essentials. Some of these crossbody bags are just way too big, and you're never gonna fill it up, and then you're not gonna wear it because it's too clunky and big. I love this bag for many reasons. One, the design. The design is just so beautiful. It's this puzzle edge design, and the leather is so soft and supple. It's this gorgeous calfskin leather. I really like the khaki color of it. This nice kind of almost military green is really handsome to me. And it's easy to throw on, and it's a no-brainer, and it goes with every outfit. And it's just the perfect little bag for when you're exploring a new city, or you're traveling around airports and you need to have your essentials with you. This to me is a no-brainer bag, and it's pretty well priced. I think it's around $2,400 US. Fragrances are definitely seasonal for me. I don't really have a signature scent that I always wear. It's more about what am I feeling for the season. And I had never gotten into the Aesop fragrances before. They sent it to me. They sent me one as a gift, which I'm very grateful for. And I absolutely love this scent. It's called Marrakesh Intense. I think this is, you could, if you picture yourself like, could I see myself at a pool wearing this? Yes. Could I see myself during the day exploring a city wearing this? Yes. Could I see myself at night at a dinner wearing this? Yes. It is really a versatile fragrance, which is to me important for travel because I'm not bringing multiple fragrances when I travel. And this is actually a really great size, 1.6 fluid ounces. So you can definitely travel with this in a carry-on, which is great. And you don't have to get an atomizer or something like that to bring your favorite fragrance, but definitely check out Aesop fragrances if you haven't already. I highly recommend it. This is a big one. I always wear my Apple Watch. I'm obsessed with tracking my steps and fitness and closing the rings, and I get that. But when I'm on vacation, I always make sure I bring one of my nicer watches with me. And this is the Cartier Santos in yellow gold medium. And I got it this year, and it was a treat to myself. It's something that I've had my eye on for a very long time. Obviously, it is a big investment and something that I have been thinking about for a while, but this is just my showstopper piece. And I love wearing this out. It makes me feel really put together and really sophisticated, if you will. I don't know, I'm like making myself nauseous saying that, but it's just a gorgeous watch. I find that yellow gold is kind of having a moment right now, and I've been gravitating more towards yellow gold jewelry in general. So I'm glad that I now have a yellow gold watch to go with the jewelry. I always wear these David Yurman box chain bracelets, and I find that having this on the other wrist is just a really nice and simple jewelry / watch combo. Moving on now to tech. This is the brand new iPad Pro. This is the 13-inch version. It's the M4 chip. And I have never been as obsessed with an iPad before this iPad. And I think it's because how close they got it to just act like a laptop, if that makes sense. It is obviously impossibly thin. That is the biggest headline about the iPad I'm sure you've seen. It is definitely like shockingly thin when you hold it. And it's got this different camera design where it's not the glass anymore. It's just part of the aluminum body, which I hope they move the iPhone to as well because it's really beautiful and it helps it just kind of blend in more without being so obtrusive or, ugly. And this is really, in terms of travel, I'm excited to try to not use my laptop when I travel because it's always annoying to me that I have to travel with my laptop and my iPad because on a plane, it's so much more enjoyable to download all of your movies and videos and whatever to your iPad. But then if you have to work, it's just more productive to use your laptop for many things, especially if you are a creator and you're editing videos or trying to collaborate with a team and you're trying to be productive, but you can get a mouse hooked up to this. The trackpad is now bigger. This case has the aluminum finish to it, so it feels like a very premium laptop. They've added function keys to the keyboard. They've really taken giant steps towards making this more of a laptop, less of an iPad, but when you want it to just be an iPad, it totally isn't the best iPad that they've ever made. So for me, this is something that I'm super excited to travel with and use in my everyday. I listen to music all day long, especially when I'm getting ready. So when I am traveling, I wanna make sure I have the best quality sound that I could have with me, which is why I like the Sonos Roam. I've had this for many years. What's great about Sonos is that if you're not traveling, it's actually can be connected to your Sonos ecosystem in your house. But when you are traveling, you can just switch to Bluetooth mode and you can have it as a standalone Bluetooth speaker that works with the Sonos app and has the same durability and sound quality that you would expect from Sonos. This is my go-to. There are a bunch of cases. You don't want to just like throw this in your bag, although it probably would be fine, but you can get a pretty cheap case. I got this one on Amazon. It's a hard shell case and it fits the Roam perfectly. And then I don't have any issues just throwing this in the bag when I travel. If in any way you are into content or creating video or shooting vertical content for your stories, you should consider the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. This came out late last year, and just by the sheer design of it, I was like, I have to have it. It can easily switch between horizontal and vertical shooting just by the flick of a finger. You can go between those two aspect ratios, which is amazing. And DJI is known for their gimbal and Steadicam abilities, especially on their drones. And this camera is no different. It keeps everything super steady. And the only issue that I've had with this camera was that I always find that it's a little bit overexposed in really bright settings. So I recently just picked up this little handy set of ND filters, and I'm not a professional photographer. I'm not a professional videographer. I'm very much a novice. I've been doing this for less than a year, and I didn't even really know what ND filters were until I Googled it and watched a YouTube video about it. So I thought it was cool that they made these little ND filters for the Osmo Pocket 3, and it really helps. It makes them less overexposed, and it brings them down a couple stops so that they look a little bit better in brighter lighting. So I'm excited to bring this on my travels and create more vlogs. You should subscribe to me to check them out. And TikTok content and just memories, right? That look beautiful, and it's so accessible now to make high quality content. So I really love this camera. I recently got this bag and I unboxed it on one of my vlogs a couple of weeks ago, and it was watching it back was kind of cute because I was just so in love with this little bag. I love a good tech pouch, and this is from Nomadic. It's got a hard shell design on top, but inside it has all these amazing pockets and compartments and zippers that will keep your tech super organized. It's not the biggest bag. You're not gonna be taking like massive camera equipment with it, but I think for the average person who just brings a couple of tech accessories with them when they travel, this is an amazing bag. The types of accessories that I like to bring when I travel are a 3-in-1 dock so that you can set this up next to your nightstand, maybe next to your nice little valet tray, and you can have your iPhone, AirPods, and Apple Watch charging, or you can have it set up more in a vertical setting and you can have your phone on it only, and you can have it in nightstand mode. It's super versatile. I'll have this link down below. It's not expensive at all from Amazon, and it's been super durable, and I haven't had any issues with it at all. The other thing you might want to consider in your tech pouch when you travel is something like this. It's a 3-in-1 charging cable. Unfortunately, not everything charges with the same cable, right? Apple even is moving to USB-C, but for example, the AirPods Max still charge with Lightning, so it is so annoying to travel with all those cables. A lot of camera gear still charges with micro USB-C, so the fact that you can get all of this in a very compact and retractable form factor is a no-brainer. And then you're gonna wanna power everything up. I know a lot of tech YouTubers and vloggers talk about wattage, and you're always like, okay, it's kind of like hard to understand what it means when it's wattage, but for example, this is 100 watts. So what that means is you can charge, it said simply, you can charge more things at a faster rate. If this was a lower wattage, you may not be able to charge two things at the same time, or it might take you a much longer time to charge a laptop. So if you had a 20-watt charger, it would take you much, much longer to charge a laptop than a 100-watt charger. That's why it's important to travel lighter and less and just have one. And that's why I like this one from Ugreen. It's 100 watts and it's really, really small. It's got the little flip out and it will keep you all charged up everywhere you go. The last little tech thing is this USB-C cable. This is a braided USB-C cable. You're always gonna need a USB-C cable. You might as well have one that's magnetic and that keeps itself coiled and neat without having to do any sort of extra cable management or cable ties. This one is really high quality, like it's seriously pretty thick and durable, like this isn't going anywhere. And I just love that it keeps its shape and it stays neat in your bag. Okay, this one is kind of interesting and I think it's probably only for someone who's traveling locally, but if you're going away and you've got a big suitcase, you could bring this too. This is a foam roller and it is a perfect little travel foam roller, but it's from Hyperice, which means it actually is battery operated and it has the vibrate, the same as those little massage like Theragun things. It vibrates and it's got 3 different modes. and the highest one is really intense. But if you're sore and if you're somebody who stays active and you wanna make sure that you're keeping to your routine and your habits and your workout plan when you're traveling, this little thing is gonna bring you a lot of joy because it's gonna keep you on track. It's gonna keep you in your habits, and it's gonna keep you feeling not as tight, especially if you're on a long flight, for example. When you get to the hotel, you might wanna roll out a little bit. But again, this is kind of extra, I get it, but if you've got the space and you can bring this with you, I think this is a really cool thing to travel with. If you're like me, you like to keep your suitcase super organized. And we're gonna talk now about shoe bags and packing cubes. Let's start with shoe bags. So shoe bags are pretty self-explanatory, but this pack, I think it's like a 4-pack or an 8-pack from Amazon, and it fits pretty big pair of shoes, and you could probably fit 2 in here if you wanted to, but it's just like your shoes are gross, you're walking all over, and then when you're gonna put them into your suitcase, it's just great to keep them organized in the shoe bag. I will say that putting things in shoe bags and packing cubes is not the most efficient use of space in your suitcase. So if you're a crammer and you're gonna try to get as much in as possible, this is gonna take up some space. But if you're a bit more organized and you're a bit more diligent about what you bring, then a shoe bag is no problem. I really like this set. I'll leave it linked down below. When it comes to packing cubes are, for me, they serve 2 purposes. For one, obviously it's organization. You've got your t-shirts, you've got your underwear, you've got pants, you've got shorts, bathing suits, gym clothes, whatever. You can put them all in a different packing cube, and you will know where they are in your suitcase, and it will just kind of help you think through the packing process and keep your bag from not just being a mess. The other is, okay, for example, I'm going on a trip this summer, I'm going to multiple European cities, and you're staying in each hotel for a few nights. I'm not gonna unpack in every single hotel. That would just add that much more time, and it's annoying. But with a packing cube, you might be like, okay, I know that I'm gonna pack, let's say I'm in this city for 2 nights only. I can just put everything I need in for that city in 1 packing cube, for example, or 2 packing cubes, for example. And then maybe you're going to the next city and it's more of a beach destination and you're like, yep, and those will be in another packing cube. This way, you only have to unpack a portion of your suitcase, or you only have to unpack a portion of what you brought with you because you know what you're doing. So that's just another use of packing cubes. This is a huge set of them. I think it's like an 8 or 12 piece. I'll link it down below, but I love these. They come with a bunch of different sizes, one that's like double the size of this as well. And based on the size of your suitcase, you can have them basically fit every corner. So it's really cool. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this little tech and luxury travel essentials roundup. If you're not already subscribed, please do take a moment right now to subscribe and like this video. As I said, I post videos every single week, including some lifestyle vlogs about my life in New York City and upcoming travels. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.